Hi everyone and Merry Christmas. This is Joy and welcome back to my channel for day 3 of my 12 Days of Christmas video card series. Today's card is a Gina K Designs Sparkle and Shine stamp set card, and everything that I've used for this is listed and linked below in the description and also on my blog. Now, I have made 3 cards and they are super simple but absolutely stunning. So I'm starting with A2 size pieces of Neenah Classic Crest Solar White cardstock, 110 pound, and I'm inking it up with Tailored Expressions Poblano Pepper and Blue Corn ink. So I'm starting with the Poblano Pepper, and I think this is a really gorgeous teal color. It is stunning. So I'm inking up the whole cardstock, and this is a dye ink, so it does look a little bit splotchy, but it absolutely evens out and looks stunning when it's done. I'm going to come in with my blue corn and do all of the edges around to make everything darker. I actually did 4 of these card bases. I made 3 cards, and one of them I am using for a tag set that I made using Gina K Designs Sparkle and Shine card kit. And that's kind of a little bit of a bonus on my blog. So when you go to my blog to look for this, I will have the bonus tag set there. So anyway, so now I'm inking up that blue corn all around the edges. And like I said, once it's all dry, as you can see here, it's starting to smooth out. I have that in my Misty, and I am taking the first Christmas tree image, and this is from the Sparkle and Shine stamp set from Gina K Designs. This is absolutely stunning. I am prepping all of my backgrounds with a powder tool because we will be doing heat embossing. I'm inking it up with VersaMark ink a few times to really make sure I get a good solid image. For this Christmas tree, I will be using white embossing powder for the tree. So I'm just going to sprinkle that on, using my paintbrush to clear off any little strays, and heating that until it's melted and nice and shiny. Then I'm going to place that back in my Misty, and as you can see, that little opening there is for the sentiment, and I just think this stamp design is genius. So I'm coming in with the sentiment that says Holiday Wishes, and I'm going to do that with gold embossing powder. I'm going to center that in there, which is really super simple to do. Like, you can't mess it up, and I'm a person who struggles with getting things lined up. Prepping that with my powder tool again, inking that with VersaMark ink, and coming in with my gold embossing powder. All the embossing powders that I'm using are from Ranger ink, and then I'm going to heat that again until it's melted and nice and shiny. Now on to the next card. This is the really cute ornament. I'm lining up the ornament where I want it and then bringing in the string for that. And I'm going to use silver embossing powder for this. I'm just using a straight silver, but the silver tinsel from Ranger ink, hindsight, I should have used. It is so super pretty. But I'm going to ink that up first. Then I'm going to line up my image. I thought about using the cute, the top part that hooks for your ornament. I can't even think of what the word is called. But anyways, I decided against it, and I'm just having the string attached to the ornament. Here is that silver embossing powder, cleaning off any little stray pieces before I heat that up. I think my ink was still a tad bit wet on my cardstock. I did take my heat tool to it before I started embossing, but I think some spots were not completely dry. So, make sure your paper is dry, otherwise you're going to be cleaning embossing powder off for days. So that one's done, and look how pretty that turned out. Again, putting it back into the Misty and adding the sentiment. This one's going to say Merry and Bright, which is a really cute sentiment. And I'm going to add some white embossing powder for that. I thought about gold, but I stuck with the white, and that turned out really pretty. Again, adding the white. Prepping your cardstock every time you do embossing is good because you don't know where you touched it and you don't want your finger oils on it, that kind of a thing. So heating that up. On to the third one, and this is a snowflake, which I absolutely adore snowflakes. And I'm going to do this in gold embossing powder. And the center sentiment is going to say Christmas Wishes, and that will be in white embossing powder. I love how the gold looks when you heat it up and it starts to melt. I think it is so pretty. And gold against this teal background is just stunning to me. So again, the sentiment says Christmas Wishes, and that will be in the white embossing powder. Using the VersaMark ink, prepping that again, just that center part. And I was deciding on what one I was going to use, and I went with the white. I'm going to trim all of these backgrounds down. They will be 1/8 of an inch smaller on all sides. I'm going to adhere those to a white A2 size card base. I liked having that white frame around it, and doesn't that look stunning? And I'm going to come in with some clear dewdrops from Honeybee Stamps, and I'm just going to place those all around. I kept it very simple. I did not want to take away from the images on this card, but I did want to have a little bit of bling. And I'm just using some Lawn Fawn liquid glue, their glue tube, and just adding that. I'm adding little bits of those, and these are different sizes. I think there's 3 different sizes in this bag. And oh, I think these are the, I'll have them listed. I think these are the reflection, and so they kind of have an iridescent look to them. So at the top of this ornament, I'm just having those coming down, and I just think it looks so pretty. And this card is so simple and fast, and this would be a great quick way to make a ton of Christmas cards if you were going to send them out. Look at how beautiful that embossing powder is, that silver and white, and then you've got the gold and white here, and the white just pops off the center. And then you've got this really pretty white Christmas tree. I just imagine it being covered in snow. Thank you guys so very much for stopping by and watching. I hope that you enjoyed this project. If you like what you've seen, please subscribe to my channel, thumbs up, comment, share. I do have some affiliate links below. It costs you nothing to use, but it helps me, so thank you. And I'll see you in a couple days for day 4 of my Christmas card series.